smokes. This game has matchups galore. So many places to watch this game. But ultimately, I do think one team, they're both really good football teams, both elite offenses, both have defenses that can play well. Neither defense has really showed up yet this year the way we thought they would. But let me tell you this. I think there is a clear better team in this game, and I think it's the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is more dynamic than Jared Goff. There's no slight at Jared Goff. If he gets time, he's very good. But there's so many good matchups. How is Amon-Ra going to do against like Marlon Humphrey or, and then the running backs coming. The Lions probably do want to try and well, not probably. Your key is to limit Lamar Jackson. Try to stop that passing game a little bit. But I don't know if they could do that. And then on top of that, you got a Ravens really potent run defense. You don't really want the Ravens to lean or potent run offense. You don't really want the Ravens to lean into that run game, but they could and they will. So I really think that I think Jared Goff. I think this Ravens defense makes an extra play, and they it's iron versus iron. But I think that this Ravens defense is going to make that extra play or two. Whether it's a turnover from Goff, making someone fumble, interception, whatever it may be. I think the Ravens make that extra big-time play, and I think that's why the Ravens win this game. And I think they win this game pretty convincingly, to be honest with you. I think the Ravens are a lot better than the Lions. I don't think the Ravens are just a little bit. I think they're a lot better than the Lions, especially early on in the year when the Lions still have new coordinators. They're still trying to get things figured out on that end, in those situations. And it's not a good week it's not really a week that you're going to get yourself right. And if they do, I'll step back and be like, damn, Lions, okay, you proved me wrong. But I think that this offense may even struggle this week. I could see one of those butt whooping games where the Ravens just come out and they find a way just to absolutely dominate in every facet. I can see that the Ravens are capable of that. And I don't know if the Lions are as good as everyone thinks they are this year. Now, the score that I have here says that I do think they're somewhat close, but I really don't think they're that close to the Ravens. I think the Ravens are the better football team, and I think it's clear that they're the better football team if you do your homework and you watch the football, and you go back and you watch these games. I think the Ravens are the clear-cut better team, to be quite honest with you. And Lions fans are going to absolutely hate me after this one. And I'm not saying the Lions are bad. The Lions aren't a bad football team. The Ravens are just that team. The Ravens are just, the Ravens is that team that could go ahead and dominate another really solid football team. They could do it against the Bills. They didn't this past week. But this is a team that's capable of putting up such performances. And I wouldn't be shocked if they do it this game and everyone's just like, wow, the Ravens just blew everyone out of the water. Not even a chance. But I'm taking Baltimore. I know, I'm not really giving Detroit too much credit here. If they get the run game, they're going to have to get that run game going, and I think the Ravens are going to do a good job in stopping that. I think the Ravens are going to force Jared Goff to go ahead and throw the football all day long. And then, I say Jared Goff has a hiccup here and there. He makes a mistake or two. And I think that Lions offensive line is going to get pummeled. Especially, when Baltimore knows, when that defensive line knows and that front seven knows, it's just going to be passing. It's going to be majority passing. I think that Ravens defensive line is going to really get at it. But I would say that's kind of bold, the way I went about predicting this game. The way I went about talking about this, about this game is really bold. But that's what I believe in. That's what I see when I'm rewatching football, when I'm rewatching all these games. I think the Ravens are the clear-cut better football team. So give me Baltimore 33-24. Wouldn't be shocked if this is a butt whooping. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Thank you for tuning in to my NFL Week 3 predictions. Score predictions, picks, all that good stuff, talking about the lines a little bit. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.